What it do, y'all? It's your boy, the one and only Mr. Forbes. Hoodie Forbes is in the building. We are back here with the wrestling crew on our first video on the podcast. Y'all see Red, got my boy Indy. We all at the crib. Give us time to get us started. This is the wrestling crew. We back again with another episode here tonight for you guys on this beautiful night. What's up, my guys?
Doing good.
Yeah, a lot going on this week, especially just tonight earlier, actually.
Yes. Speaking of that, Indy, just we're gonna jump right into the breaking news. WWE is full of you know what.
Malarkey.
There you go. WWE is crazy. They released another gang of potential athletes, superstars, potential wrestlers today. Some big names: Keith Lee, Cross, and more of the names I can't think off the top of my head right now. But my guys have got my back for it. But I want to get their reaction to it, and I'm gonna give you mine's because WWE has been releasing a lot of big names all year. Um, Me and the guys have been talking about it all year. They've been releasing key names. Braun Strowman is one name. Bray Wyatt is another. Daniel Bryant, who's in AEW now. A lot of big names have been released from WWE. So I'm gonna start with Indy. Indy, man, what's your reaction to the today's release?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a big surprise. I thought after the last, massive amount of releases they did, I thought maybe they'd be done. Especially like, there were a couple more big names in there, Keith Lee being the biggest one in my opinion, but also, Karrion Kross coming right off of two NXT championships, getting called up. I think they honestly dropped the ball with him anyways, like calling him up and changing his character a little bit because,
Yeah, his
you know,
attire.
I, I'm a big like proponent of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I thought he was working pretty well, honestly, in NXT as he was with Scarlett. But uh, besides the fact that that just seeing that list go on and on, Nia Jax obviously a big powerhouse name in the women's division, and
Yes.
uh, you hate to see it, especially off the heels of Ring of Honor, one of the alternatives possibly shutting down at least for temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you're running out of room for talent across the board, and if WWE doesn't can't take them anymore, then I hope they can find a spot somewhere.
Um,
Yes. I
my,
agree with you. But go ahead, Red.
my thoughts on this is malarkey. Malarkey. Um, to me, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
they're doing COVID back cuts. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. Because if you look at this list, half of the people on this list are from NXT, had a fabulous career.
Yes.
And some of them haven't even been used in like months. So as we go down the list, you got Frankie Monet. She just arrived.
Yes, she did.
She didn't even have time. That is John Morrison's wife, and she didn't even have time. Like she just started. Ember Moon, she's coming back from an injury. She was on the main roster. She went down to NXT, won the NXT Tag Team Championship with Shotzi. Yeah, Shotzi. And Jessica Maya, she was coming up. Katrina Cortez,
Yes.
Jeet Rama, Oni Lorcan. Oni Lorcan is another talent. Him and Danny Burch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they were tag team champions in NXT. Trey Baxter, they changed his name, but he was an upcoming star from Ring of Honor and all of them. Scarlett, who was with Karrion Cross,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't even get bring up to the main roster with his character, and that was petty to me because Scarlett with Karrion Cross, that whole chemistry that they had together was magnificent going through his NXT title run. Then B Fab. B Fab is another one. Like B Fab is part of Hit Row. You can't have Hit Row with Adonis, Swerve, and what's the other guy name? Adonis, Swerve. I forgot his
Mm-hmm.
name. I gotta think, but I'll come back to it. But anyway,
Yes.
B Fat was the female lead of that group,
Mm-hmm.
and that is like I know that group was thinking like, wow, they cut our female manager off, but she can wrestle too. So it was just like that just messed up everything. Then you got the Lucha House Party release. That was gonna happen, I think, for a long time. Then you got Davy Boy Smith released. I don't know why he came back. Nia Jax, that's surprising because Nia just just was in the storyline with Shayna, and they took her out because she had to get surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Eva Marie, good riddance. Good riddance.
Hilarious.
Um, I don't want to talk about that because they fumbled the ball with that the first time they did it, and second time we know she still can't wrestle, but y'all just put her out there because she looks good and her name is Eva Marie. Uh, that's 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 not something I'm sad to see go. Keith Lee, big one to see go because this man has talent,
Yes, he does.
tremendous talent, and they didn't even use him in the right way to me. And they switched his character up so many times. In NXT, it was like he was destined for something.
Mm-hmm.
And him, let's talk about that Survivor Series match with NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. Him and
Yes.
Roman, the last two, epic. You would think like Keith Lee has star potential. This could be his moment. And Vince McMahon gave him praise. But to me, I think Vince McMahon dubbed his character down so much
Mm-hmm.
that I don't think they know what to do with Keith. Keith was, you could tell Keith was getting tired of it. And then y'all treat his fiance Mia Yim like scrambled eggs that are just bad. Like
Mm-hmm.
she was in Retribution, that didn't even go well with her character.
Right.
In NXT, she had more opportunities, and this is what I'm talking about. When people get brought up from NXT and to the big stage roster, it's like Vince changed their character. Hunter, he doesn't change their character. He gives their character meaning. And that's what I used to love about NXT. Now you got NXT 2.0 and it's run by Vince. So I'm just like, you want household names. You want to
Mm-hmm.
build up from the bottom up. I understand that because you're trying to save money.
Yes.
But these independent stars made NXT what it is today.
Is that right?
Then when people watch NXT and they see their independent stars come up,
Mm-hmm.
they like, hey, we know this guy all the way from ROH Impact. They
Yeah.
made it. Same thing, because Adam Cole was gonna be bought up, but they
Mm-hmm.
wanted him to be a valet to Keith Lee. Come on now,
Yes.
you see why he went to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So they trying to clean house. They really trying to clean house and build from the ground up in their house. So with that being said, these
Uh-huh.
releases were just terrible today. Hopefully everybody from this release will make the best of it when their 60-day or 30-day clause is up. But until then, I say this release is the most terrible one. Besides that other one that they had before, it's the terrible, terrible one
Yes.
because they released a whole lot of people from the last one, and then they brought them back. You see how that goes? They brought them back, and it was just like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
wow, wow, wow. Oh yeah, and the guy named from Hit Row, Top Dollar. Okay, I forgot about
Okay.
Top
Yeah.
Dollar. Sorry, Top Dollar, if you listen. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this. It was just terrible. Today was just terrible because you told me first, and then I looked for myself to see if it was true, and it was true.
Yes. 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 And for me, when I see it, we all three of us are big WWE fans. wrestling fans, and when you see athletes in general, an athlete that has potential, you want to get that. You want them to get that push, no matter what they do: wrestle, box, play a sport, swing a bat, whatever. And then with WWE, you know, when me and my dad talk about it all the time on a regular basis. Like you want to push certain wrestlers, like Keith Lee. He should be on the co-main event roster of wrestlers. Cross, you brought him from NXT with the belt, and then all of a sudden you release him. Like I was there, and when Raw was here in Illinois, I was there, seeing him look good in the match. Him and Keith Lee was going at, and then now you release him. I would have kept that feud going because obviously, he got the belt NXT. Okay, him and Keith Lee can go back to NXT with the belt, and they do get out there. That'd have been cool because obviously what you see now with Mandy and her crew, Toxic, all three of them won the belt. They got the tag team women belts, and she won the women's belt. I'm digging that. I'm digging that her whole heel turn because obviously she was a good wrestler, the good guy, and WWE, and now she's Toxic. Obviously, her crew name is Toxic. She dyed her hair brunette. Obviously, brunettes are known to be toxic, quote unquote. And so I'm digging that, what she's doing and how she got the belt, and they're gonna keep that going for a long period of time. And hopefully, because Vince McMahon know how to fumble the bag, literally. And then like it's already bad enough you release big wrestlers like Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, and then you made Braun Strowman this character like he was getting bullied by Shane McMahon, which is kind of weird.
I think that was just a filler.
They had Underground WWE, which is kind of weird. I thought that was going to be nice, but that was weird. That ended so quickly.
They canceled.
And then like he won the belt. You didn't push him hard enough to keep the belt. He lost it quick. Same with Kofi Kingston. He wins the belt. He didn't hold it for so long. He lose it in less than a minute against Brock Lesnar. F5, now Brock Lesnar's the champion. Here we have Big E. He's the champion now. He's potentially going to lose to Seth Rollins. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because, and I showed you this before, Red, that for Survivor Series, and we brought it up all the time.
I don't think they'll do that.
What's the bigger ticket though? You got to think about it. What's the bigger ticket? You want to see Big E versus Roman Reigns, or do you want to see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns? Which one is going to bring in more money? You want to see Seth Rollins, the Ultimate Opportunist, Edge 2.0, Roman Reigns, and your Bloodline crew. Bam, that's right there. Now, me personally, I would have kept New Day on Raw. They won a championship with Big E. You do New Day versus the Bloodline. That would have been nice. Or the Hurt Business versus the Bloodline. Keep Bobby Lashley the champion. And that goes on. But, we already know what's going to happen. Big E's going to lose the belt. Survivor Series is going to be set. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. The Shield versus each other. It's going to happen.
I wouldn't do that.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But with these releases,
I'll wait till after Survivor Series.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's about money. WWE, any sports entertainment, it's about revenue. WWE needs the revenue, obviously. You're releasing big names and fan favorites. People like Keith Lee. Him and Brock Lesnar was going at it at the Royal Rumble. People like that. Now you get rid of them. You got rid of a bunch of big names from NXT. And I just got a report that like 7 people that was released from NXT were once champions. So how do you release 7 champions? Former champions, excuse me. How do you release 7 former champions, big names, and now a few of them are in AEW, the rival? So that's my thing with that. I don't dig that. Nia Jax, that's a big head scratcher too. I'm thinking they're going to give her a push with her,
There's some stuff with her that, not to cut you off, but,
you good.
She was injuring people. And I think that still goes a long way back. Like,
she a big girl. What you expect?
you
Y'all
can.
want her to be light. Obviously, it's hard to be. It's hard to be a light wrestler when you're a big wrestler.
It's other big women that do pretty good job without injuring people though.
Well, Nia Jack, she trying to sell it too hard, but at the same time, I'm digging it. Keep doing what you was doing. She should have been champion a long time ago,
She was champion.
but her reign was short. You win champion, then you lose it real quick. How many times Charlotte Flair gonna win the championship? She gonna win the belt before I have my first child.
How many times Becky don't won the belt now?
Going for Ric Flair's record.
Becky don't want it from Beyonce.
Thank you.
Like 5 seconds.
I'll get to that in a minute.
We're not even gonna talk about that.
So it's like in a minute you're gonna see other big names get released. You might see in the future Bianca get released. You might be surprised. Street Profit might get released.
Oh.
Because WWE is so focused on, I think, because me and Indy was talking about it earlier. I think WWE is still for sale, and Vince is trying to,
lower that bottom dollar, right? Just
yeah,
any cost measuring. They're the powerhouse in wrestling, but for a Disney or for a Fox or whoever else, like it just needs to be some entity they can just grab and hold on to,
Yeah, because we were talking about that earlier. So it's like, what more you want to do? Because I thought Bray Wyatt was going to come to WWE because he kept announcing, countdown of days he was coming, what's going on each day. Nothing happened. I thought they was going to bring him back.
He was counting down to his release, but
I'm being to bring him back and Braun Strowman back because WWE needs to bring people back that's going to make them money because AEW is phenomenal, and AEW is blowing up like quickly. Like usually it takes time for a company to blow up. AEW is blowing up quickly because you bring in guys and girls, women from WWE to AEW. Adam Cole got his crew in AEW, which is, I love him. That crew is hilarious. I love that crew. Then you bring CM Punk back out of retirement in Chicago. And then you bring Estrada from WWE. He was a champion. And so it's like, how many more? You got Big Show over there, Mark Henry. How many more? Daniel Bryanson, whatever his name is. How many more people are you going to keep bringing from WWE to AEW?
Who is Estrada?
You know what I'm talking about? The dude that was fighting Rey Mysterio all the time.
You mean Elito though?
What? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on.
He wasn't no champion.
He won NXT champion. He won a champion.
NXT championship.
That's a belt, right? All right, don't play with me. They're the champion.
He don't count on main roster. You know what belt he won on main roster?
Yeah, he won. Didn't he win the USA Championship in WWE?
Oh yeah, you got good.
That's a belt, ain't it? Stop playing, Red.
You said Estrada though. You just have me laugh.
Forgive me, my people. I don't know the man's name like that, but I know if I see this, y'all know who I'm talking about. He married to what's her name, Charlotte Flair.
He ain't married to her.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But last night he locked in that figure 4 and was wooing. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Say it like that, And now look at he's cool. And Kenny Omega just tweeted too. He wanted to build up his stats. Like bring on the guys that was released. He just put on Twitter. Bring on the guys that was released. I want to build my stats up.
Hey, don't be mad. But if O'Reilly get released in December, I might be seeing the undisputed era in AEW pretty soon.
You might.
Pretty soon.
You might. I'm with you.
Only need one more person.
You might. I'm with you. You might see all that.
Roger Strong got a title right now, so I don't know.
Well, so did Karrion Kross had it like a month ago, and he's gone already. So, like you said, by January time, anything can happen.
So I don't know what
AEW do any cuts though. I think they did like one cut, and that was it. After that, I ain't heard nothing about no more cuts.
I don't know.
AEW, you said?
Yeah, I think they did like one cut. I think they did one cut, and that was it.
If they did do some cuts, It's
I
probably
ain't heard nothing else
we
about
don't
them
know.
cuts.
I mean, if it is some cuts, we don't know. It might be a wrestler that's not doing up to his or her part. It's not a big name because if it was a big name, excuse me, we'll know. Like tonight, we knew all the big names, especially people that just got there to WWE got released. So again, I don't know what Vince McMahon, the writers, the producers, whatever, what they thinking. The people that pick these people, like y'all need some help from the fans, people that know wrestling, and what to bring to the table. Because if you want to compete with AEW, you can't release big names. You can't release your star players, potentially star players, your co-main event guys and your main event guys. Because Drew McIntyre gonna be out the door in the second two.
Oh,
He keeps losing.
he lose last Friday.
I'm just saying in general. Like, what's his storyline? He was once a champion. Now he not even in the championship picture anymore.
Just got on SmackDown. You gotta give him some time.
But I'm just saying he's not on championship level no more. Yeah, he fought Big E at Crown Jewel. He lost.
That was supposed to happen.
Now he's just there. He's not a no title contention. He's not up for a title contention. He's just there. Like he's a top level wrestler, a main event wrestler, a former champion because he held it for a minute. He held it during the pandemic era of WWE. And now he's just on cards. He's losing matches, winning matches, losing matches, winning matches. He's not even in the contended for like an Intercontinental Champion or the US. He's not even fighting for neither one of those belts. He's just there. What are you using him for? Keith Lee was just there too. He didn't get opportunity. You keep seeing the same people get the same opportunity. I'm tired of Kevin Owens getting opportunity. Seth Rollins keep getting opportunity.
Barely get opportunity.
Exactly. He barely do, but he's still there. Seth Rollins. Rey Mysterio, out of all people, is getting opportunities. And I love Rey Mysterio. He's getting opportunities. And who else is in that Fatal 4-Way? Who was in that Fatal 4-Way this past Monday? It was Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens.
That was week before last.
No, that was last Monday. It was this past Monday, remember? Because Seth Rollins. Well, whoever was in that Fatal 4-Way.
It was Rollins.
Was that Dominic? Dominic Mysterio?
It was Rollins.
It was Rollins, Owens, Mysterio, and it was someone else in the Fatal 4-Way. It wasn't Bobby Lashley. It was somebody else. Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired of him, too. He just came there, and he finally lost his match as the Demon, quote unquote. The ring had a malfunction, and he almost tore his ACL. Popped his knee on the rope. You had a malfunction at SummerSlam. I'm not SummerSlam. At the pay-per-view that have Extreme Rules. It's like, come on now. You know, 4 wrestlers who are all, don't get me wrong, main event, co-main event guys. We need some fresh. We need new stories. I mean, Roman Reigns, he had the belt for a long time, but what's a good storyline? I liked the storyline with him and his cousins going at it with each other. I liked that, but then on top of that, they flipped that whole thing around where they all evil now. I mean, they all heels now. The Edge storyline with Roman Reigns, it was working, but obviously it didn't work. The John Cena one, that was too quick, but we knew why, because John Cena was filming movies. Brock Lesnar, that was too quick because he's suspended, so we don't know. WWE is just confusing. The creativeness is not there. That's why you see all these big releases of big names. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. But for our fans here, we're going to take a little break here on the Wrestling Crew, and then we're going to jump into the fantasy lifestyle of wrestling, you know, picking our fantasy matches. I know Andy, he got his ready. Red got theirs ready. They both ready with their fantasy matches and top 5 tag teams. And so we'll be back with the Wrestling Crew after this quick break.